Okay. So passive block chance now applies to blockable hits from all directions as opposed to just hits in front. Player size is now set to 0 units when dodging. That's good, even though I just died. Some smaller monsters can be pushed while rolling. I've been looking for that. That's good. Inscribed Ultimatum and Jin Barras now display whether you obtain Ascendancy skill points upon completing Trial of Chaos or Sekimas respectively. Excuse me. That's good. Thank you so much, Mr. Bam. Removed world map pins for encounters that were not specific locations and areas like monster drops. Okay, no problem. Improved attack in place behavior. That's going to be nice. Rain of Arrows and Firestorm now have a hit rate limit to prevent cases of them absolutely obliterating very large bosses. This will have little to no impact outside of boss fights with this large hitbox. Leech has been buffed. Bone Shatter now more reliably hits your target. The duration of armor break has been increased to 12 seconds. Previously was 6. Is this helping you guys? Type 11 in chat. Type 11 in chat if this is helping you. I've only dropped like 32 frames in 8 hours or whatever. We're good? Okay. Let's continue. The performance improvement. Incinerate now creates circular areas of ignited ground instead of segments. Control plus click shortcut to open currency exchange at the appropriate NPCs. That's cool. So you can control click. That's nice. Added a button to travel to the Trial of Chaos on the world map. We already saw that. Added art for close combat support. Added 2D art for the Defiance of Destiny unique amulet. Added Ascendancy skill points as a keyword, which now details how sets of Ascendancy points are obtained. Added search functionality for gem cutting in vendor inventories when using a controller. That's good for you, the controller players out there. Keybinds for searching stash on a controller have also been updated. Added gem cutting restrictions option for gamepad. Added suggested supports for time of need. Updated suggested supports for Bone Shatter. Okay. Added an option for opening the trade website to the main menu for consoles. That's great for you guys. Here we go. They completely fucked Rain of Arrows build. That's what it sounds like so far because they rate limited it. Runes now sell to vendors for more gold. Love that because I have a lot of runes that I'm not going to use unless I pay it forward. Updated art for reserve life and reserve mana. That's going to be cool to see. Updated the description on runes to clarify that once socketed, they cannot be replaced. That's important. Auras and curses that affect allies or enemy resistances now display values in the skill pop-out panel. Excuse me. So that's good. They're talking about this. This will now be displayed over here if it affects things. Okay, that's good. What else? Let me see. Okay, good. That's good. Tweak the audio of the Kiwi Pets, Chimera Pet, and Baby Crowbell Pet to reduce their impact in towns. Good. People were asking for that. Updated the wording on invokers and protect me from harm, Ascendancy passive skills to clarify its functionality. Updated the description of Hex Blast to clarify that it only denotes... detonates, this is for Hex Blast, detonates a single curse per enemy in its radius. Okay, so you can't just mass spam. Updated the description on Fiery Death support to clarify that the supported skill does not need to kill the ignited enemy itself. Reduce the defenses provided to monsters by the Magma Barrier modifier. Okay, so they were very tanky. We saw that many times. That's the guys with that red lava ring, okay? Walking Goliaths no longer use their suicide attack if they're rare. So they can't just one-shot you. Trigger gems and energy gain. This is what we're watching now. The trigger gem energy gain was not in the right place and was far too easy to use ailments to trigger spells, which is what we did. One of the problems with the previous system is that if we balanced it to make triggering happen in boss fights, then the trigger would happen far too often during clearing. In order to address this, we're now making monster power part of the circulation for energy gain. This means that it's far easier to trigger skills from unique monsters than it is from normal monsters, but you also hit many more normal monsters when fighting. Another issue is using low-level skills with unconditional ailment applications, such as Flame Wall, to ignite enemies for triggering. Okay. In order to make the source of ignite matter, we're making the energy gain be dependent on the strength of the ignite. Okay, so that I understand that. So you have to invest more in chance to ignite. We've also rebalanced all energy gain across the board. Jesus. Yep, I'll give you a link to the Reddit post. Here you go. There you go. Ultimatum changes. Okay, generally improve the balance across the board with ultimatum monsters, bosses, and modifiers, mostly targeting outliers that were too difficult and bringing them in line. Okay, good, because some of that shit was ridiculous. The monster density of ultimatum encounters has been made more consistent, so it won't be as bursty. Stormcaller runes, blood globules, heart tethers, and impending doom rings no longer spawn while a player is on a lift. That's good. Okay, good. Fixed a bug where player minions could get stuck at the top of the lift. That sucks for you minion guys that are one-shotting, but now that's fixed. And there's a whole bunch of bug fixes. Like how many bug fixes? A whole laundry list of stuff. They fixed a bug which caused enemies to be primed for stun or electrocute earlier than intended while in a party. They fixed a bug where Gemling Legionnaire with the integrated efficiency ascendancy passive skill allocated could lose their 3 additional skills if they're empty entering a new area. What's that? Happened all the damn time? Good. Now it's fixed. They also fixed a bug where party members reviving using WASD input, where you could revive a party members from too far away. Okay, so you were just like using it. Oh, you're just clicking. That's funny. I never thought about that. I actually walked up to the body like I thought I was supposed to. They fixed a bug where waystones could have a chance to be higher tier on the Atlas passive tree wasn't working. Okay. Fixed a bug where the audio mix setting was not being remembered when restarting the game. Got it. They fixed a bug where the small passive skills in the Fleshcrafter cluster was not connected to the notable passive skill. That's funny. It's possible for your passive skill tree to be reset if you had this issue. They fixed a bug where you cannot open a portal in the riverbank in Cruel. Fixed a bug where Zalmrath, the Colossus skills could persist after death. Lol. We've seen that many times in D4. It's not news to us. Fixed a bug where opening full screen panel when disenchanting could prevent you from performing any actions. They also fixed a bug where some fire spells such as Volatile Dead and Incinerate were not functioning correctly with Raging Spirits. So if you try to do something there, it's fixed. They fixed a bug where buffs on you expire slower from the prolonged assault notable passive skill from Chronomancer Ascendancy was applying debuffs and other effects as well as buffs. Shit. Fixed a bug where reviving where non-reviving minions were spawning. A remnant from the Grim Feast buff, okay? When dying in your presence. Got it. Cool. Time to level through the Axe 10 more times until this settles down. Yeah. Easy. Steam's back up finally. Thank you. Give me a sec, Zagreth. What'd you say? Yeah, I know. I wish they were this fast at fixing stuff. It's insane. Voodoo Valentine. Thank you so much. They fixed a bug in Infernalists. That doesn't read well. With the Pyromantic Pact Ascendancy passive skill allocated were considered to be on low Infernal Flame if they're at 50%. It's supposed to be 35%. That's been fixed. Fixed a bug where the world map icon for Candlemass and Cruel was not updating, so you get clapped. That's fun. Fixed a bug where you could be unable to upgrade gems despite satisfying the attribute requirement by having the adaptive capability Gemling Legionnaire Ascendancy. Got it. That's good for you guys. Now you can actually get full value. Fixed a bug where Fiery Death support was not dealing damage correctly. Okay. Fixed the Infusion support gems on Herald skills, applying the gain damage as extra element damage to all attacks instead of just damage from the Herald. So now all damage affects it. That's good, as it should. They fixed, let's see here, fixed a bug where Expedition encounters could fail to generate in the Decay map. Fixed a bug where quality on sacrifice skill was causing minions to revive 0 to 5% more slowly instead of more quickly. Okay. Fixed a bug where the exit portal for the final boss in Trial of the Sekimas did not visually display upon killing him. Good to know. Fixed a bug where socketable skills you didn't meet the requirements for were missing their name in the skill menu. Fixed a bug where elemental storm skill granted by Stormweaver Tempest Caller Ascendancy passive could sometimes place the storms underneath you. That's cool. So now the storms should spawn where they're supposed to. That's going to be great for that build. Fixed snapshotting bug with loads of additional bolt crossbow modifier. Fixed a bug where the contagion skill was not spreading poison. They also fixed where Tempest Bell could become invisible. That's always nice. Invisible skills are completely crazy. Fixed a bug where NPCs were missing their name labels and hideouts. Fixed a bug where signing into a guest account on PS5 could delete your friends list. It kind of makes sense, right? You're a guest around here. We don't know who you know, but we know who you don't know. Fixed a bug where you could sometimes be unable to enter your hideout on PS5. Fixed 8 instance crashes, 6 client crashes, a client crash that could appear on Xbox, and they fixed 3 client crashes that could occur on PS5. And that is... and this will be your patch note update. So that is happening now.